think the 49ers think they're going to get?
Grant, you know me. I'm all about speaking it into existence, baby. And I started speaking one thing into existence. Kyle said his name. I felt like I was dreaming. He said his name today during the presser, and that one really hurt. But, the Matthew Stafford thing didn't work. But after the Matthew Stafford thing, since I've really gotten the college all 22 and I've started watching these quarterbacks, who I've kind of liked in terms of the 49ers, and we've disagreed with it. But I'm going to just speak them into existence. And I'm going to say Justin Fields, and I'm going to speak that into existence. Look, the QB collective stuff is fun, right? That's fun. John Beck being his QB coach is fun. It's all good because you think it fits so well. I mean, at the end of the day, do I think that's going to make an absolutely large difference here? No, I really don't. I think at the end of the day, Kyle Shanahan's going to watch the college film, and that's what he's going to form his opinion on. And he didn't do any QB collective camps when he was in college, and Kyle wasn't coaching QB collective when Justin Fields was in college. So I don't think it's going to make much of a big deal from that standpoint. I just think it's a perfect fit. I think what Kyle Shanahan is looking for in terms of a dynamic athlete, a guy who can enhance his run game. Like, I think the run game with Justin Fields would be real. I think the down the field throwing, like, he's everything Jimmy kind of isn't, because he's a really accurate down the field thrower, especially outside the numbers and especially inside the numbers. I think that's exactly what they're looking for. In terms of toughness, he really, really checks that box. He's maybe the toughest quarterback in the draft. He certainly is in my mind. So I think it's going to be Justin Fields. I know there's some smoke around Mac Jones. I wouldn't hate it. I'm not too far into the Trey Lance camp. I'm really not into that. I know you aren't either. There's a long way to go. We're gonna have fun speculating for the next month, but I'm gonna stick with Justin Fields.
Okay, we're kind of inventing the format of this show on the fly because I'm so prepared. I haven't even shaved. I look terrible. Anyway,
it's okay, Grant. I think you look okay.
At least I got my fly Levi's jacket on. Shout out Levi's. Let's just stick with Fields. Let's go quarterback by quarterback. I don't think they're targeting Fields, but what do I know? Let's stick with Fields. The follow-up I want to ask you is, do you think they're targeting Fields, or do you want them to target Fields?
I want them to target Fields.
Okay. Do you think that Fields is the number 2 quarterback on their draft board?
No, I think that's Trevor Lawrence.
And you think number 1 is Zach Wilson?
Yeah.
Okay, so you think that Zach Wilson will not be available at number 3?
Okay, so right now, the scenario I laid out, yes, I don't think Zach Wilson will be available.
We'll get into Zach Wilson later. Let's stick with Justin Fields. So in this scenario, Wilson, Lawrence go 1-2 in the other order, and then Fields is the next guy up, the number 3 guy on the 49ers board. That's interesting. I think I would probably lean towards Mac Jones being that guy, but Kyle certainly does know Justin Fields better than he knows the other guys.
Yeah, for sure. Now, knowing him as a 17-year-old, I'm sure helps, but he's a different guy now. He's a different man. Like, Justin Fields and I have the same trajectory because we're both 21 years old. I'm certainly a lot different from when I was 17. That was 4 years ago. So I'm pretty sure Justin Fields is also a little different as a person, his maturity and everything from when he was 17. I'm sure he's always been mature because he's super confident, carries himself great. I'm not saying anything like that. But yeah, I do think that. I just think that he's what the doctor ordered for this offense. Now, if it's Mac Jones, I'm not going to hate it. I think we should touch on it at some point in this show because I think everybody is just like, oh, if it's Mac Jones, I'm stopping watching football and all of that. And so I don't think I think Mac Jones is getting a lot, like, too much where people are thinking he would be a bad pick. So I do want to touch on that in a bit. But yeah, I'm 100% in, like, get the Justin Fields train rolling. We're going to start speaking it into existence, Grant, only to watch the Jets take him at 2 just because you know what happens.
Hey, man, you're on your own with the Justin Fields hype train.